Hey guys, so today I have this really dramatic and pretty fall inspired makeup tutorial. A friend of mine actually asked me to do this look and I absolutely loved it. It is based off of this look right here, and it's just a very like cat Arabic inspired eye that's very smoked out and a super dramatic dark red lip, and I absolutely love this. I think it's so pretty for fall. It's definitely like very eye heavy and lip heavy, but I love the eyes. Like, I'm a little bit obsessed with the eyes. It really helps your eyes to kind of stand out. It's really kind of fun because you're doing like a different eye shape and you're extending the inner corner and you're giving yourself a wing. It kind of gives you like a different eye shape for the eye, which is kind of that very like almond shape that everybody kind of loves. And I just really like this look, so I hope that you guys will too. Let me know how you guys like this look in the comments down below. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say, but if you guys want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, you guys, so to start off this look, what I'm going to do, because I'm not going to use like an eye primer because I don't really have a good one, even though I would really suggest one, I am going to just put a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer on my lids. And I'm literally just going to use a little bit of this just to kind of, I'm doing this because I'm not doing my foundation first and I just want to even out that skin tone on my lid. And this will also help a little bit to help the shadow stick. Okay, so now it looks like that, and I just want to set that with just a tiny bit of powder so that it doesn't crease and it doesn't get sticky because it is a concealer. And I'm just going to use my NYX palette, and I'm just going to probably use this shade right here. Okay, and I'm just going to dust that over the eye. Okay, so that is basically just to create a base because I am not doing my foundation first because this is a very heavy liner. I don't want any fallout onto my foundation. My skin is super red, you guys, like, it's always so red. So this is the look that I'm going for. Doesn't have much going on in the crease, but she does have a light brown shadow. I'm going to be using the Naked Basics palette, and I'm just going to take this light brown shadow right here. I'm going to focus that right in the crease. And even though there's not really much going on and there's not much shadow, I'm still going to take a blender brush and just blend this out because we still don't want any harsh lines because she barely has any definition in her crease at all. We still don't want it to be like too overpowered. It's really hard to see, but just in her crease, she has a slighter, darker shadow, and I'm going to use this one, which is called Faint. And it's literally so slight you can barely see it, but she has it there just to create just that little bit more of extra dimension. So I'm going in with this shadow and I'm literally focusing it right here in the crease. So like if you were to look up like this, where it kind of like, you can stick it in and there's like basically a socket there, that's where you want to put this color. This is, all this is doing really is just creating a little bit more definition. Okay, and just to make sure there's no harsh lines, I'm just taking that brush that we used to put the first color on, and I'm just going to blend that just a little bit to make sure that there's no harsh lines. Now I'm going to use tape to kind of put on my eye because this is like a liner heavy look, and the main focus is on the eyeliner. We definitely want to make sure that we're using tape to make sure that we get a crisp and even line, because I find like if you freehand it and like the eyeliner is the main focus of the look, you kind of mess up, it's a lot more noticeable. So that's why I'm choosing to use tape, and I'm just sticking it on the back of my hand and just pulling it off. And that will take off some of the tackiness, so it's not going to hurt your eye when you put it on your eye. And what you want to basically do is just kind of line that right underneath the eye. We're basically taking this and following the line from your lower lash line as if your lower lash line were going up. I'm going to use a gel liner because I think it's a lot easier to control. That's just my personal preference. And I'm going to be using the L'Oreal liner. This is the 24-hour wear, and this is in Blackest Black. actually going to be using an angled brush today, which I usually don't use for liner, and I actually might switch later, so don't be surprised if I do. I'm dipping that in, and I am going to start to line my eyes. So what I find easiest when I'm doing winged liner is to start kind of in the center, going outwards. And like starting in the center, going outwards, and then working my way into the inner corner. Start on the wing. So what you're gonna do is, if you're using an angle brush, point the like longer side up and just go right along the tape, and this is gonna give you an even line, so don't worry about that. And what I do is just create the line, and then I will go ahead and just kind of drag it and connect it to the rest of the liner, kind of just making a straight line to the rest of the liner. Okay, and then she smokes it out. So what I'm gonna do while the liner's still kind of tacky, I'm gonna take this black shade and a very tiny brush. Any black will work. You're basically going to set the liner with this. And start to smoke it out as well. So right here in this, like where the crease is, it really starts to kind of like blend up and kind of fade out a lot there. So I'm just gonna take that tiny brush that I used and take just a tiny bit of that black. We want to do this very slowly and start to blend it like this. Like kind of up and into the crease. Make sure you're taking your brush and placing it with most of the black actually on the black liner, and then blending up. Okay, and this is what it should look like once you started to blend it. It should just blend straight into the crease. Okay, and then once it looks like this, very smoky, and you've got some definition in the crease, I'm just going to start to blend this out at the top here. Okay, and now I'm just going to take the tape off of both eyes to reveal what we've got here. Okay, and because they're still not perfect, I am going to take a makeup remover wipe and just kind of clean up right underneath of it. So now what I'm going to do is curl my lashes, add mascara, and put on lashes. She uses kind of short lashes in the video, but I want to kind of really accentuate the cat eye. So I'm going to use the Ardell Glamour 113 lashes. You guys have seen me do all of this before, so I'm not going to include this in the video. Or I may speed it up. I don't know which one yet, but I'm going to do that and then I'll be back. Okay, you guys, so quickly, I just wanted to say, I know I said I was going to use the Ardell Glamour 113s. I put them on this side, if you guys can see I have glue, and they're just not what I want. They're way too long, and they don't accentuate it. They just look kind of like out of place. So I'm actually going to use the Salon Perfect Demi Wispies. These are going to be perfect, though, for it, because, like I said, hers are shorter, and they get, like, shorter at the inner corner and longer at the outer corner, and that's what these Demi Wispies are. So these are the lashes that I'm going to use instead. Okay, you guys, so while I'm waiting for my lashes to dry and everything, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my face. I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Infallible foundation that I always use. The shade matches me because, to be honest, you guys, I'm not really sure. But I'm just going to buff this foundation all over my face. Okay, and just to make sure that that's nice and smooth, I'm just going to go over it with my beauty blender to make sure that there's no like lines or anything. Okay, so for concealer, I've actually never used this concealer before, so I really hope I like it. I'm going to try the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin. I'm just putting this underneath my eyes like usual, down the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, chin, and Cupid's bow. Use my beauty blender to blend this out. Wow, that blends so well. Oh my gosh, you guys, this stuff blends like a dream. I think this is about to be my favorite. So to set the concealer, I'm going to, of course, use my NYX palette. I'm just obsessed with these powders, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm also going to take those two shades and just kind of bring it down into a triangular shape underneath my eyes as well. On the center of my forehead, down my nose, and on the chin. So for bronzer, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Dream Wonder Powder. This is in the shade Caramel, and I'm just going to bronze up my temples and forehead. And down my neck. I'm also just going to take a tiny bit of that on my cheeks. And then I'm going to take the NYX palette again, and I'm going to take this color right here, and I'm going to contour with that. And I'm going to take a lot of that powder that I used underneath my eyes, and I'm just going to put this underneath the contour. Okay, you guys, and just leave that powder there. We are going to bake underneath of our contour, and then I'm going to take the same contour shade that I used, and I'm just going to lightly contour my nose. And while all of this is baking and all of that, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows. I'm going to use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade and Soft Brown. Look at how much just one brow done makes a difference. It's crazy. I'm just going to take a little bit of matte concealer, and I'm going to take that on a little definer brush and just define underneath my eyebrows. I'm just going to mix these two shades right here in the Naked Basics palette. She doesn't look like she has any like shimmer or anything. It's just very matte, but it's also very highlighted. The brow, like the arch of my brow, and then just kind of blend it out both ways. Still a lot brighter than mine. It looks more white, so I'm actually going to take this Inglot palette and just use a white. Whatever matte white you have is honestly fine, and I just want a little bit of this because I don't want to do it too extreme to where it's just like matte white all over my brow bone, but hers is a lot lighter than mine. So I'm just going to place this, yeah, right underneath the brow bone. Okay, so to finish the eyes off, I'm just going to take that black liner and I'm just going to rim my eyes. This in the waterline. And in my tight line. You guys some in more so you can see, but she has like a cat eye shape, and how she achieves that in the inner corner is just kind of take your angled brush and take the longer side and kind of bring your inner corner liner to a point. So bring it to a point as best as you can. Just like that, and that's going to give you that cat eye shape. And then her bottom lash line is also smoked out a lot, so I'm just going to take that black that we used before, the black shadow, and I'm going to take it on a super tiny brush, and I'm just going to get super close to the lash line and just start to smoke this out. Okay, and to smoke that out even further, just to make sure everything's nice and blended, we're going to take that brown shade that we used first on a pencil brush like this. And right underneath that black, we're just going to kind of start to smoke that out with this brown. Just like that, and it should look super smoky now. Okay, and that is it for the eyeshadow and stuff, and now I'm just going to put on some mascara on my lower lashes. I'm going to take this brush right here and just start to blend that powder away underneath my contour. Okay, so there's no picture of like really what's on her face. It's just really the eyes and the lips. So to be honest, I'm not gonna put any blush on because the eyes are already so dramatic, and we are gonna do a dark red lip, so I don't want to do too much because if I added blush, it would just kind of overpower the whole face. So I'm just sticking with the contour, and I'm not gonna add any blush, but I am gonna add highlight, and the highlight that I'm gonna use is MAC's Soft and Gentle Skin Finish. Just taking that on an e.l.f. small tapered brush. And I'm just going to highlight the cheeks at the very tip of my nose. Lips, I am going to take this lip pencil by NYX, and this is in Cabernet. And I'm just going to line the lips with this. And to fill in the lips, I'm going to use the Revlon Color Burst Matte Balm Stain, and this is in the color Stand Out, and it's just a deep red. Okay, so I think my camera died in the middle of me finishing up the lipstick, but all I basically did was after I put on this Revlon Color Burst Matte Balm and Stand Out, I just went back over and perfected the outside of the lips with the lip liner. And let's take one more look at the picture that I was sent. And there's hers, and here is mine. So I think I did a pretty good job. I think the lips, I honestly, okay guys, so to kind of perfect the lips, what I did was I went over it just to make the lips a little bit darker. I used the NYX matte lip cream in Copenhagen just to kind of darken it up just a little bit because the girl in the picture has a really dark lip, so I just wanted to kind of recreate that even more, and this is what I came out with. I just literally took the tiniest bit and put it on. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys like this video. I just think it looks really, really pretty. The eyes are very appealing. Like you kind of just see the eyes and that's what you're first attracted to. And if you wanted to switch up the lip, you definitely could. You could use like a pink or just a gloss or really whatever you wanted. But this is what I came up with, so I hope you guys like this video. If you guys want to see more videos like this one, then please subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.